Testing, testing, testing. Can everybody hear me perfectly? Is this thing lagging? Is it malfunctioning? Let me know in the comments if it is. And we should be good to go at that point, you know? So, hello, Francis. Friday night. Hello, Large March sent you, of course. Of course you did. Hello, Vidal. Hello, Olivia. Thank you guys for joining me on this Friday night. Made it on time. Yes, you did. Hello. Happy birthday, Brianna. It's my sister's birthday today, so happy birthday. Sounds good. Mercy, hi. Hello, Francis. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Some of you should be very aware, if you can't tell but from the title, that at some point in this live stream, we are going to talk spoilers for the new Scream film. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers at all, I will let you know when I'm about to talk spoilers. So you cut out right there. You don't stick around. You're going to hear spoilers. So I probably won't be doing that until towards the end of this live stream. So just be on the lookout for that. Oh, hello, Mel. Thank you so much for joining. It has begun. That it has 9 likes already. Thank you so much for that level of support. I really appreciate that. But we're also going to be talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I actually saw Mel shared a post for that today. Yeah. I've already had it spoiled for me. People are trying not to spoil it. Laugh my ass off. Good, because I'm seeing it on Monday. Then, yeah, don't worry. I will. If you guys stick around, I will post a screen that says Scream Spoiler Talk. And when I post that, that means we are going to be talking spoilers. So just be ready to leave once that happens if you have not seen Scream. Because I am not going to be the one responsible for spoiling it for you. I hate spoilers. I hate doing that to people. So I will let you know when I'm about to talk spoilers for Scream. So I'm good at work. Yeah, same, same actually. Loved your reaction to Paradise by. Oh, thank you so much, Philip. I'm glad everybody's enjoying that. Thank you so much for joining Mirror Domains. Thank you so much. Spoil me. Hey, if you guys, if you don't care about spoilers at all, you can stick around if you don't care. But there's gonna be heavy spoilers in that discussion. So, yeah. Jordan, what's up? I got an Xbox One. It's shipping. Can't wait to play with you and my aunt. Absolutely. I can't wait, Alex. That sounds awesome. By the way, thank you for joining, Alex. Really appreciate that. Playing Dead by Daylight right now. I keep getting face campers and tunneling me. Oh, man. Me and my friend, I just spilled coffee on me. So you probably saw that, but, you know, it is what it is. My friend and me, my friend Cinnamon and her sister Brandy were playing Dead by Daylight the other day. And, man, we came across one killer who just destroyed us. We couldn't last a fucking second against this guy. And it was the same killer. It was like a tall woman. I can't remember the killer's name, but the woman character you can be. Dude, she is the one who can throw up on you and stuff. Oh my god, she is impossible to beat almost. I'm good at work. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Slayer Watcher? And then me soon. Yeah, hopefully then you soon, man. Hopefully then you soon. But anyways, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. First off, who's excited for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre direct sequel this year for 2022? I'm going to be honest with you guys. Personally, I'm excited. I know a lot of you guys are not excited. I understand the criticisms for this thing. I understand the fear of it because it's coming out on Netflix. I get it. I was one of those people who was very sketchy about it at first because I heard, Netflix is releasing a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, which is nothing you really want to hear. You want to hear a theater release, but it is what it is. Netflix has made some decent horror films before. Not great ones, but decent ones. So I'm looking forward to it regardless. I think they're going to do something interesting with it. I'm looking forward to it. Yes. Don't forget to slay that like button. Yeah, slay that like button, Pete, guys. If you like this type of content, always slay that like button. It means a lot. It helps out. It's easy. It's easy to do. Just slay it. What brand of coffee do you prefer? That's a good question, man. Almost caught me off guard. That's a good question. That's a good question, man. Let me think about that one for a few minutes. I know I say that a lot, but let me think about that one. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, I finally get to see the Charmander Mask again. Thank you for showing it again. Yes, it's in the background back there. I put all my masks up there. You know, you guys have told me you want to send me more masks, so I'm trying to make room for masks. I might even start make another shelf underneath that so I could put more masks underneath so they would be in the background. I'm playing against the Doctor. Doctor's one of my favorites, but he is a pain in the ass. I hope we get a trailer soon for it. Me too, man. I'm really looking forward to. I mean, literally, we got more from that Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. Like they gave us more content than the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Netflix movie did in their teaser trailer. Nothing can top Chainsaw 2 in my eyes. Chainsaw 2 is not my favorite. First one always been my favorite. Love the first film. Just to me a glorious horror film, but I really do enjoy Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. It's absolutely it's one of the highlights of the franchise from how crazy it is, for sure, man. For sure. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm gonna try to brighten my lights a little bit. So just give me one. Yes, the Haunted Mask, man. I love the Haunted Mask. So hopefully you guys aren't bothered by this. I'm gonna try to brighten my lights a little bit because right now it's pretty darkish in here where I'm looking. So anyways, sorry about that. I'm still surprised the new Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio is going to be a Netflix release. I was surprised about that too, to be honest with you. I thought he would have a theater release and everything, but I guess he's doing Netflix. Unfortunately, everybody's wanting to do Netflix now and streaming services and stuff. Adore Part 1, but 2, loving the insanity of. Yeah, it's insane, man. It's so much fun to watch. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about that for a minute. Let's go ahead and talk about, if you guys have not seen it, by the way, they just released our first glimpse at Leatherface. I'm hoping I'm clicking on the right image. I clicked on the right image. Okay. This is our first glimpse of Leatherface, so hopefully you guys can. I'm gonna make it a bit smaller. Sorry about that. But there it is, our first glimpse at Leatherface. Now, I'll let you guys talk about it for a minute. Let's see what you guys think of it, and then I'll tell you what I think of it. I'll tell you what I think of it after the fact. And hopefully, I'm sorry if that live thing is like in the corner covering his face a little bit. If it is, my apologies. I don't think it is, but I'm going to bring it down just a smidgen. On my screen, I see a live thing. So anyways, I still need to see Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Now that I've seen both the original Texas Chainsaw and Chainsaw 2, I would say check it out, man. It's not as bad as what people make it out to be. It's okay, but it's kind of, it's a mediocre slasher film. Oh man, he's obscured by the sun glare. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? In all honesty, I'm about to show you guys the comparison, and it's a good poster. I like the poster. I like how simple it is. You know, it's obviously in Texas. It's very much that, but guess what it also looks like? Take a guess what it also looks like. Am I the only person who sees this? Am I the only person who sees this? But I'm going to bring up a picture of a character, and let me look at the faces and tell me these guys don't look similar. Okay. This is, Harold from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Now, look at the faces and tell me those two do not look so similar. Hairline and everything. Do you guys see it? Hey man, how are you doing today, my brother? Because we're all brothers and the sisters, children of the earth and children of God the Father. But people don't believe that. Go Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Hey, how are you doing, Corey? Thank you so much for joining, man. I really appreciate that comment, dude. That's a very cool comment. Thank you so much for joining. Seen your cover profile picture a little bit. A bit like Harold. Yeah, like it to me, it's like so much looking like Harold, and it's also in the middle of a field. And I'm just sitting here like, is this the origin story of Harold from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? That's what immediately I thought of. It was like, this guy looks a lot like that scarecrow from Scary Stories. Not saying that's a bad thing. I like the way Harold looks, and I like the way the new Leatherface mask looks. To me, it's something different. I mean, it's a bit of the same old, but, you know, it's something a little bit different, I think, and it works. I think it works fine. Compared to Texas Chainsaw, the Next Generation, or Texas Chainsaw, the beginning, the original three are still the best. I agree with that. For sure. Hides his face. Yeah, the Flash hides his face a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like what they do with Michael Myers when they take his mask off and stuff, and you see like the shadows covering his face a little bit, kind of like that with Leatherface in this picture. You know, Texas has, but it makes sense because in Texas the sun is always shining down and stuff. You know, for the most part, and it's a very traditional kind of Texas look, and I can kind of dig it. I respect it. I think it looks cool. I would actually put that on my wall. I literally would. I'd get the poster and I'd put that on my wall. Yes, they do. Hello, Cheyenne. Hello, Trent. Thank you guys for joining. Yeah, Mel, see that? See, yeah, you see it? I like the poster though. Yeah, I like the poster. To me, it's not like Actually, you know what? Yeah, I would go ahead and say it's probably my favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre poster I've seen in a while. I mean, I really love the first one. I like the second one quite a bit, but that one to me just feels like a good Texas style slasher film poster right there. Philip, to each their own. I like Massacre 2. The idea of Dennis Hopper going up against the idea of Dennis Hopper going up against Leatherface in the chainsaw duel is badass to me. So it's so bad it's good. Plus what you expect from canon. Yeah, it's a very fun movie. It's very self aware. It has fun with the idea. But I'm gonna go ahead and take down the picture of Harold right there, and we'll talk more about that. But that is literally, and you know what I'm gonna do really quick for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger for you guys to see Leatherface a little bit more. There is the face. You can kind of see it. You can kind of see it. I know it's not, it's this is not the greatest picture I saved for this because it's a little bit blurry, but overall, I still think a decent poster, decent looking mask. Harold isn't looking so fresh. No, I know, right? I'm like the origin story of Harold the Scarecrow. But no, you know what? I like it. I like it. You got the it to me, you got the sunflowers back there, dying out sunflowers. It looks cool. It looks cool. And next month is when it comes out, which is crazy to think about. The next Texas Chainsaw Massacre comes out next month. Uh, he looks so sad. I think that's just the way the guy died, you know. I wonder if that's anybody related to him. Like, did he kill that person, or is that someone who was related to him and he just cut their face off and wore the mask as like an honorable thing? Who knows? We'll find out. Decent, yeah, decent. Sebastian, don't fuck with perfection. Don't fuck with perfection. Teach their own. Decent looks good, but I don't have Netflix, so I won't be able to watch it. Yeah, no, I that's unfortunate. I mean, yeah, that's the only problem. You know, if you don't have Netflix, you're not gonna be able to watch it. You won't have the option to go to the theaters and watch it because it'll only be on Netflix, which is another issue. Not everybody can afford Netflix. Not everybody, has. That's why streaming services are kind of a 50-50 thing for me. It's like not everybody wants to stream, not everybody likes that stuff, just because perfect for Valentine's. That's right, man. That's right. But to me, it's like this is why I'm not a big fan of streaming services because not everybody, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, just because they're releasing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Netflix doesn't mean Netflix is worth the entire buy because of just one movie. So, and it looks like they're starting to like release and I'm hoping, even knowing it's a Netflix release, I really hope they decide to give it a Blu-ray release. I think they will, no matter what, because they did it for The Irishman. They gave that one a Blu-ray release, so and that was a Netflix movie. Get a free trial and cancel before you have to pay. That's a good idea. Yeah, can't. Yeah. Get a free trial and watch it. Wait if you're gonna. You just wait on it. Just wait on it. Get that free trial and then watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And there are other horror movies on Netflix, by the way, that I actually suggest watching because I actually think there's a lot of them that are actually good. People give them more hate than what they deserve because Netflix is always trying to release that next fucking. They're always the horror movies that Netflix releases always have to have like a lesson at the end of them, like a very meaningful lesson. And I don't think every horror movie needs to have a meaningful lesson at the end of them. I don't understand why they try to do this all the time. Like Bird Box, or there's like more meaning to it. To me, it's like you can have a great fun time with a slasher film, like Babysitter. Have anybody seen Babysitter? How crazy and dumb that movie is, but how much fun it is. Yeah, I no longer have Netflix. I heard John Larkia is back to narrate. Yeah, that's a good point. Yes, thank you so much for bringing that up, Francis. Yeah, he's back to narrate the movie. Isn't that cool? I mean, it's not really like something crazy, It's not like, oh my god, they're getting the original guy who played Hitchhiker back. It's not like on that level of crazy, but that's still a cool thing to know. I mean, wow, it's like, yeah, why not? Did I miss anything? I'm working, so I'm late. No, don't worry about it. We're only talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre poster that they dropped, so you can see it right here next to me right now. Babysitter is a fun movie. Yeah, it's a fun time. It's like I didn't love it, but it was a good, decent time. I was laughing. So why not enjoy it? I don't go into every movie expecting the next Oscar contender. I go into movies with a fresh mind, whether it's a bad movie or like it looks like a bad movie or looks like a good movie. I go in there with a fresh, clean conscience. And sometimes, if I'm very aware that it's probably going to be exactly what I think it's going to be, I'm just going to go in there having fun with it. And sometimes I walk out of movies having fun because I go in there with that mindset. I don't go in there thinking that this is going to be the next fucking The Exorcist. I've seen both the Babysitter and Babysitter Killer Queen. I don't think I've seen the second one, but I've seen the first one and I really enjoyed it. Recently, James Rolfe, aka Angry Video Game Nerd, did a video talking about his thoughts on VHS and history of collecting VHS or going to video stores. I miss video stores. I hope they bring them back. I do too, man. I do too. I think video stores are absolutely 100% missed. Hi Jordan. Hi the Black Heart. How are you doing? Thank you for so much for joining. How is your day going? How's everybody's day going? By the way, talk about how your day and everything. We're just talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre direct sequel coming to Netflix, which I think is like the third direct sequel for a horror film they have released now. When is your ghost document series you were talking about? When is it going to come out? Soon, hopefully. I'm actually talking with people right now to draw like sketches and pictures for the documentary to give you guys a better idea of the setting and everything. But as soon as that stuff is cleared up, as soon as I talk to Michael about his part in it, that stuff will be coming. Again, I want to spend time on this. I don't want to just drop it like a simple video. I want it to be an actually decent video for you guys. So and I actually did drop a picture of the demon I saw in my room on social media. So if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you can see that picture. But hopefully soon, man. Hopefully soon. I really want to tell these stories as professionally as I can, as nice as I can. So thank you for asking that question, Latex. It means a lot, dude. The only movie I enjoyed Netflix was American Mary. I need to see that one, dude. I need to see that one from Ginger Snaps. It creeped me out. I need to see American Mary. My day going well. P.S. When I was on Facebook, your normal profile got on my recommended. Hey, you can add me as a friend. If you guys want to add me as a friend on Facebook, go for it. I don't mind. I don't mind, you know. Sometimes I don't get to your messages, so if you start like blowing me up and asking me questions and stuff, I might message every once in a while. It doesn't mean I'm gonna message all the time because I'm also a very busy person when I'm doing my filming and YouTube. But yeah, you guys can add me on Facebook if you want. Give Jordan and Michael time for this. Can't rush art. Yeah, please give us time. We're trying our best. I'm actually even going to try to talk to my buddy Lane, who actually saw what we believe was a supernatural entity at one point in our lives, and I want to see if he wants to talk about that on the video. So, oh, okay, let me know. Let me do something quick. Okay, so I'm going to be added on Facebook. Yeah, if you guys want to add me on Facebook, that's fine. That is fine. I always feel so sorry for Thomas because his father were making him a killer because the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was a special need guy who didn't know better. He was born with an illness. Yeah. Yep. You know, it was better that, though, than him dying in a dumpster. Like, I remember the beginning of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning, and I remember when the mom was, like, giving birth, and they threw him in the, like, she died of childbirth, and they threw him in the dumpster because of his disformity. And it was just like, wow. It was like, wow. That was one of the more, like, messed up openings to a film I've ever seen in my life, was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning. It's so gory. It's so, like, kind of heartbreaking. It's sad. And then, you know, of course, you know, Arlie Ermy in the movie. Fuck, what's his name? Hewitt. Something Hewitt. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remakes. It's been like 2 years since I've seen those movies. But hi everyone, hope all is well. I had a bad day and Friday night is just what I needed. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, but I'm sorry to hear that your day's been bad. I'm sorry to hear. Biramoto, thank you so much for joining. Lee, I played SSX Tricky, then I played Gran Turismo 3. PS2 will always be my favorite console. I'm sure it's like, well, yeah, that's one of the more popular ones for sure. My week has been busy as fuck. And now I'm working overtime tomorrow, too. That's what I don't really like about working in film. It can get demanding. That, yeah, absolutely can get demanding. I'm sorry to hear that you've been very busy. I hope you're still enjoying your work, though. I mean, to be in film in general is just a cool concept. By the way, speaking of Ginger Snaps, I really wish that I hadn't missed the Horror Con where Emily Perkins was a guest. I would love to get an autograph from Emily Perkins. You know, I was sitting here thinking, like, what would I rather have an autograph from Emily Perkins? Because her first movie I ever saw was the original It. And then she was in Ginger Snaps. And I think I would prefer the Ginger Snaps autograph over the It autograph because I feel like her character in Ginger Snaps was way more memorable. I was having a bad day the other day. Then you did person in the dashboard. Like, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear I can cheer someone's day up. I just, like, videos can cheer people's day ups. I really, really mean that. That means so much to me. I managed to escape the doctor. Good job, man. I'm sorry to hear that too, Baramoto. Oh, I love my job. Just tiring sometimes. Absolutely. Yeah, no, YouTube is like a beautiful thing to do. I love doing it every single day, but like it can be tiring at some points. Like sometimes I would say like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and film a Sam and Colby video, but knowing those videos are like hours long and I'm very tired, I'm like, I'm just gonna go ahead and take like an hour or two nap. And then at that point it's like nighttime and I'm like, I'm just gonna fall asleep. So I mean, I get it. I get it. You know, it can be tiring. I get that. I'm a PlayStation fanboy. Just got the PS5. Traded a few older games for the PlayStation 1 and always been my favorite. But 2 has an incredible library. I'm right now. I'm currently trying to get a virtual reality headset. We're done talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and take down the poster. Thank you guys. That was fun to talk about that. So let's go ahead and take the poster down. Thank you for that. Okay. Can Spider-Man come out to play? Can the Spider-Man come out to play? Oh, I'm back. Okay, welcome back. Oh, my job just hiring. Bomb red. I don't. I always felt sorry for Jason and Leatherface. Jason was bullied for the way he looked, and Leatherface family forced him to be a killer. Yeah, yeah. That's why you normally blame the parents when someone has bad upcomings. You blame the parents most of the time because, well, they're probably responsible for the kids. You know, if your son's being bullied at summer camp, you should probably tell the other counselors, watch my kid, right? I can't blame that on Pamela. Pamela like wanted to take revenge on everybody, so I don't know why I'm blaming Pamela. Like she had nothing to do with it. She was cooking for all the kids. Yes, you need a VR. Would be great for the channel too. I would love to play like Phasmophobia with my buddies and stuff. They have VR headsets. Michael has a VR headset, and I think my buddy Lane has one. I just don't have one. Like right now they're out of my price range. I can't just go out and buy one. So I would love to get one, but just can't do it right now. But at some point, I would love to do it for the channel. Yeah, that'd be really fun. It's just crazy to me that everyone was talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning, and my studio worked on that. That's really cool to me. Yeah, we were just talking about the Netflix one, and then yeah, we start talking about the beginning and stuff. And I really enjoyed the beginning. It's not as good as the 2003 remake, but I like as origin stories go, it's not that bad. It's got some scary moments in there. And of course, the guy who plays Leatherface does a great job. Like he did a really good job. I still prefer Gunnar Hansen. Yeah, I'm right about that. Yeah, Gunnar Hansen is the guy who played Leatherface in the original. I don't know why I was starting to think about that. Like I'm starting to like second guess myself. It's like Gunnar Hansen. Gunnar Hansen's right. Uh, Gunnar Hansen brought so much character to Leatherface. You know, there was character with the 2003 one, but to me, he was just that brute, menacing guy, and there wasn't really much about him. There wasn't really much all to him besides being that intimidating big guy that they just call to take care of shit. That's that. But Leatherface in the original one was like he could be scared, he could be screaming at one point. He had a lot of character about him. He was worried. He had like there's so much to his character in the original one compared to the remake that it was missing. I felt he might have special needs, but does he really need to wear other people's faces? When you grow up in that kind of family, cannibals. I mean, it probably wasn't, you know, all that weird to them. You need to watch part 2 of Ginger Snaps. Emily Perkins is a central focus. Isabella is mostly a cameo. Part 3 is the best. I know. I gotta get to those. I know, Philip. And first off, I gotta get a new capture card. That's the first thing that needs to happen. But as soon as that happens, we're gonna definitely do that. I've said before, I do like the homage they do for Friday the 13th in Scream 2, but even was disappointed with Mrs. Loomis and Mickey as the killer. Scream 3 is flawed, but prefer Roman to Billy's mom. Roman, I feel like had more of a like his character was more of a twist because you just didn't expect him at all. Uh, Billy's mom, yeah, Billy's mom in part 2 wasn't that great. I mean, the performance was great. Like she was crazy, she was psychotic, she was fun, she was great. But like, yeah, when it comes to twists, yeah, the Scream movies, yeah, some definitely can be just wow, like so left field. I just learned the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation was originally called Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I actually kind of like the Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and title more than the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. I still have yet to watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. Didn't the guy that played the original Leatherface have beef with the guy who played Leatherface in the reboots? I don't know if he did or not. He might have. I don't know if he did though. It's possible. It's certainly possible. I'm more of a Nintendo fan. I do play on PlayStation 2, just the old 2000s wrestling games, but when wrestling games were fun. Next Gen was nuts. I hated it for the first time. I need to watch it again. I feel like it's one of those movies that it's just so stupid and dumb. You somewhat enjoy it. I enjoy it for what it is. It's dumb. It's stupid. The characters are ridiculous, but like it's just that crazy. It's like, yeah, this is kind of fun. It's one of those movies you can get drunk to and just have fun. Just drink a couple, get a little bit buzzed. You just this is crazy. And Matthew McConaughey is one of the reasons why it actually stands out. Like it's not just a typical, cheap little horror film. It's Matthew McConaughey is crazy in that movie. Nintendo 64 wrestling games were the best. Bee's knees were the bee's knees. I have not played a wrestling game for the 64 in a long fucking time. Then the original actor of Leatherface, yes, he passed away. Unfortunately, I think he passed away in like 2017, around that time. I think that was sad, man. I've always wanted an autograph from Gunnar Hansen, and to hear that he passed away is just a gut punch. Yeah, he died in 2015. Okay, okay. Yeah, the year I graduated high school is the year he died. Yeah. I actually went to their here, I'll bring up a picture really quick if you guys want. If you guys will allow me to do that really quick. I'm going to go ahead and use Harold right here and bring up a picture that was from our Texas trip. So, I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but me and Michael took a trip to Texas not too long ago, and we went to the gas station where the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was filmed. For example, here is a picture of the gas station. Here's a picture of the gas station that we went to. I'll go ahead and bring that up and make it bigger. And if you see right there, on the right side of the building, there is a bench. On that bench is a copper chainsaw, a metal. It's all metal, and they have it's like a memorial place for all the actors and actresses who passed away from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So Gunnar Hansen is on there. The actress who played Sally's on there. Drayton Sawyer's on there. It's really cool and pretty awesome. Me and Michael had a blast going there. It looks so it's a place you have to see to believe. It's so beautiful and so cool. And the people who work there are some of the nicest fucking people you'll ever meet. It was really a blast just going there. Here's a picture of me and Michael, of course, at the gas station. This was back in October. Look at that. I'm even wearing the same hoodie right now. I'm wearing the same hoodie. I love this hoodie, so. But there's me and Michael at the gas station standing in front of it. We had a fucking blast. Yeah. It was definitely the highlight of 2021, I would say, going there and doing what we did. We have a video on it. We filmed, obviously, our stay there. But here's the memorial thing close up, if you guys can see that good. In memory of those who went before us. So you have Tobe Hooper, the director. You have Sally. There's Drayton Sawyer, the guy who was actually washing the cars at the gas station, is on there. You got Franklin. There's Leatherface on top, of course, most popular character. Wow, that's so rad. Yeah, it was really cool to see in real life. So, again, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original one, holds a special place in my heart. I love the film so much. It's such a great movie, in my opinion. I love it to death. And to go there and be on that film set, or, well, an old film set, really, was just nuts. And they've taken care of it so well. They've done so much good for that place. It's so cool. But anyways, that was the gas station. We have more pictures and stuff on like Facebook and stuff. So if you guys follow us, you'll actually see more pictures. But did you try the barbecue? You know what, dude? The one thing we did not do, while we were there was try their barbecue. Biggest regret ever. Am I black right now? Do you guys see me? Okay. Oh, okay. For some reason, my screen went black on my thing. That was weird. But the one thing we did not do was try the barbecue. That's the one thing we didn't do. We were literally, I guess, in a hurry to leave, and we just could not make it. So because we had a time limit. We had a time, so we had to try to make our way back to Ohio. So we had barbecue. Obviously, in Texas, we did have barbecue. We did not decide not to have barbecue, but we had to go. We had to go. We had to get on. We had to get on the move. But it was one of our biggest. It was one of my biggest regrets not eating their barbecue because I have no doubt that the barbecue there was probably fucking delicious. But we were on. We had a time frame, so we had to go and make a lot. We had to try to get as far as we could by the end of the day. Hey, Michaela, hello, long time no see. Wow, that is awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, that's so rad. I loved it. Crazy how just the gas station can become so iconic. That's epic. It really is. And we actually went the room we were in, the cabin we were in, because you can stay the night at the gas station. We went into a cabin and we watched the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre in there. So that was really, really fun to do. We got to watch the original film at one of the original filming locations, and it was just and one of the most iconic filming locations of the movie for sure. So yeah, that was really cool. The inside of the place was really cool. There was a lot of horror movie memorabilia that you could buy. Come on, Franklin, let's go have some fun. Yeah, I don't know how much more fun I can take. Yeah, if I have any more fun today, I don't think I can be able to take it. I was a Retro Toy Expo about 30 minutes outside of San Antonio last weekend. The owner of the Chainsaw Massacre gas station was there. Oh, that's cool. We chatted for a while. I pointed him to your channel. Oh, thank you so much, Slayer Watcher. That's awesome. Yeah, no, dude. I don't think we got to meet the owner of the gas station, but we got to meet one of the employees, and they were just so fucking sweet and nice. That Frankenstein mask back there, I got that from the gas station, so I bought that there at the gas station. And I'm actually wearing, if you guys didn't, look, I'm so out of it right now. This hat right here is actually the gas station hat right now. Like, I'm wearing the actual hat. See? Bastrop, Texas. Yep, I bought a hat there. I have a shirt hanging on the Goosebumps thing back there. I wish to go to a filming location one day. That was my first time at a filming location, and it was just, for me and Michael to actually just sit there and nerd out about the gas station and the movie was just it was something I'm always going to remember. I'm always going to remember that moment, just being in Texas and actually at one of the filming locations. Because who knows, that gas station might not be there in the next 50 years. So to be there at least one time in my life was something to talk about. I've been to the original Exorcist house because it's the hometown and not too far from me, about 30 minutes away from me. See? Like, I mean, yeah, you mentioned that before, and it's so cool. That's so crazy. That's really crazy. I would preferred in Scream 2 Mrs. Loomis and Roman was the killers. Billy's mom and Cindy's half brother instead of Mickey. I've been one of the actual hideouts where Bonnie and Clyde were hiding. That's crazy. That's kind of cool. That's pretty crazy. By the way, hit that like button, guys, if you were liking this content. You're liking what we're talking about. The town I grew up in was a movie set from the movie Mystic Pizza. I've heard of Mystic Pizza. I don't think I've ever seen Mystic Pizza. That's interesting. That's interesting. I've been we right now live not too far from a filming location. We live in Ohio, so if I take like a 3 hour or like 2 to 3 hour drive, we can be at the Ohio State Penitentiary in like about 2 to 3 hours. And they filmed the Shawshank Redemption there, which is one of IMDb's, if not IMDb's most popular movie, ranking wise. Like, people love the Shawshank Redemption, and arguably one of the best films ever made. Arguably one of the best films. Not saying it is, in my opinion. I love the movie. I think it's phenomenal. It's beautifully made. It's well directed. It's well written. It's a beautiful, magnificent movie. But is it in my top 10? No, it's not. And that's just me being honest. It's not in my top 10. To each their own, you know. Like, to me, going to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre gas station will forever be a better thing. Like, if you had to ask me right now, would you rather go to the Ohio State Penitentiary or the gas station from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I'm gonna choose the gas station. That movie just hits with me more, you know. I would like a broom from there, right? I love barbecue or two away from the gas station to have barbecue because at that point we were getting hungry, so we had barbecue. And Texas's barbecue is fucking phenomenal. I had some jalapeno sausage, dude, and I'll tell you what. Ooh. That shit was so good. Trent Tracy, good movie. I also stayed at the night at a house where Vincent Price stayed. I saw actual paperwork to prove it, and his star is here in St. Louis and Mayo. That's so cool. For one, Vincent Price is like a king of, like, where I say like Victor Salva. Yeah. Yeah. I'm having one of those moments in my life right now. I'm having one of those moments. Please bear with me. Please bear with me. Tom Savini. Oh my God. See, that's why I knew deep down I was wrong. Tom Savini, I hold him as a god on this channel. He's like a horror god. Without Tom Savini in most horror films where he does the visual effects, those films would not have been as memorable. So the guy is a god, obviously, and he's also an actor, a really good actor. So, I mean, I hold Tom Savini up there. Vincent Price is up there. Boris Karloff is up there. George A. Romero is up there. Stephen King is up there. Some of the gods of horror. He's the king of state. Oh, I have no doubt. Most movies being considered the best of all time, usually not in my top 10. I agree. I'm about the same. I love Forrest Gump. I love Shawshank Redemption. I love The Green Mile. I love The Godfather. Still not, none of those movies would make it near my top 10. Not near, not even close. Maybe my top 100. But I've seen hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of movies, so even then, that's still pretty impressive if you can make it in my top 100. Linda Blair is from St. Louis, and the closest to St. Louis they get in The Exorcist. That's so cool. Yeah, yeah. I hope to go some interesting shooting locations someday after Ghostbusters Afterlife. I hope to see Drumhaler again sometime. Oh yeah, Tom Savini was awesome from Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah, he had such memorable moments, man. One of my favorite Tom Savini performances of all time is actually probably from Dusk Till Dawn. He is just great in that movie, and I also really obviously enjoy him in Dawn of the Dead, and like his moments in Dawn of the Dead where he pulls out that comb and like combs his mustache is just hysterical to me. I wish to go to Stanley House one day and actually do some investigating. I would love to do stuff like that at some point. And if this channel grows and becomes more popular and stuff, then that might be some stuff that we would consider. Like, I wouldn't consider doing that stuff until we hit about 100,000 subs, though. Because 100,000 subs, we would know that our channel is probably very successful at that time. Like, I mean, but even then, you could still have 100,000 subs and not be that successful at YouTube. I mean, that's just reality. YouTube is a very complex thing. Hello, Victoria. How are you doing tonight? Thank you so much for joining. But yeah, there's a lot of like paranormal places I would love to go to, for sure, for sure. Let's go ahead and show you guys the picture. I'm gonna use this picture really quick, so bear with me. We're gonna go ahead and actually, we're not gonna use that picture because I like that picture. Pardon me. We're gonna go ahead and use this picture. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a picture of the demon I saw. Oh, by the way, here's another picture of Michael in front of that thing. So there's Michael in front of the memorial thing from the gas station. He dressed up, man, like he was from that movie. Like, dude, if we made a fan film, that's exactly what I'd tell him to wear. But yeah, there's another picture from the gas station. Loved it, man. That was so fun. That was so fun. Okay. And oh, by the way, here's a picture of the room. This is the picture of the room. I'm gonna go. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just socializing at this point. I'm just having fun talking. So here's the room where we watched the gas station. I mean, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the gas station. Yeah, it's just me laying on the bed. We watched the movie up on the TV there, and dude, we just had a fucking blast. To watch it in that room was crazy cool. So, okay, let's go get to where I was trying to do, which will show you the picture of the demon I saw. I'm not looking at the comments right now, so I apologize if anybody's sending me anything. Just let me do this really quick. Okay, oh, no, that's not what I wanted. That is not what I wanted. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Where are you, picture? Where are you, picture? Oh, there it is. There it is. Found it. Found it. Found it. Found it. Okay. Okay, so here's the picture of the demon I saw. I sketched that, by the way. I did. So there's the picture I was wanting to show you. So, Vinny, have you seen Vincent Price and Dr. Five's movie? I have not. If you come to my hometown, visit the art museum for the haunted. Okay, okay, thank you. Did you ever see the sequels to The Lot? No, I have not. I've heard so many bad things about that stuff, man. I heard so many bad things about it. But that I made that picture public. I posted that on social media. So that is a picture I drew, a sketch of that demon I saw hunched up above that chest I had right in front of my window. Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre did so bad it didn't make the budget. It was shelved for 2 years. They cut a few scenes out, changed the music, and renamed it to Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Yeah, yeah. Stanley Hotel is a location I would like to go investigate. I think I read that one. You're a great drawer. Thank you so much. That took me a few minutes to draw. It was just I decided to sketch it. I know you can't see my face right now, but I'm still here. But yeah, that is the picture of the demon I drew. So Thank you so much. I appreciate that compliment. Yeah, yeah. That's basically that's a tease for what is to come. I want to draw more pictures for this thing. I want it to be more visual. So if you guys can bear with me, this might take a while, but I hope it pays off for sure. I want to make it artistic. I want it to be memorable. Thank you so much, Lee. I appreciate that. That's so creepy looking. Yeah, he was. Oh, that picture doesn't do justice. Really, that picture does not do justice to what I saw in my room that night. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. Good job on the drawing. Thank you, Philip. I appreciate that, man. Especially coming from a fellow artist. I appreciate that. Um, but they don't call me JCARTS Arts for nothing, you know. uh, Speaking of art, I'm gonna go ahead. We're pretty close to the Scream spoiler talk because I think we're already 40 minutes into. Yeah, we're already 40 minutes into this. We're gonna get to the Scream spoiler talk here in a few minutes. So be ready for that because I don't want to be responsible for spoiling anything for you guys. Obviously, we're not doing it just yet, but we will be. So I'm gonna go ahead and give my friend a shout out really quick, who has done some amazing work in her life. And if you guys want to support the channel for the month of February, check these out because I was really actually very shocked and happy about how these turned out. I like the design quite a bit. If I can find it. Already lost it. I literally saw it a few minutes ago and I was like, oh yeah, I want to do a shout out for that. And now I've lost it. There it is. I found it. I'm a liar. I found it. Okay, so we'll do this one. Okay, big, but we can work with it. We can work with this. Most of you guys already know my friend does a lot of my designs for my merch store and stuff. And she made such a cool design for Valentine's Day. I thought I'm just gonna go ahead and shout her out tonight. Let her know that hey, I appreciate it because I think this is a really cool design. I'm going to head off. I haven't seen your Scream yet, so take care. Okay, I will be doing that. I'll let you know exactly when I do it, so I'll let you know when it tap out. Cool, you're a great drawer. Thank you so much. I appreciate that again. Appreciate it so much. I really do. I reread comments sometimes to make sure I catch up on all my comments. I'll see you later. I'm getting and get ready for tomorrow. Okay, Michaela. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Well, I haven't seen the film, so I'm ape dropping out. See ya. Okay, well, you don't have to drop out right now, but here in a few minutes I will. Don't worry. I will let you guys know. But this is a picture she drew of this Valentine's design, and it's me eating a chocolate-covered human heart. So if you guys are interested, there is that on the merch store. I think she did a good job. I really like it. I like the fact that she made me into a demon. I think that's so cool. I mentioned recently when watching the interview with Vampire Reaction again, come March, 4 years, it'll be 100 years since Nosferatu came out. I'm gonna rewatch that and Shadow of the Vampire. That is so cool. 100 years since Nosferatu came out. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, guys, that is the merch though that my friend Spice Rack made, and I think it looks great. It's a Valentine's Day design that you can get on the merch store right now. So if you want to, the link is in the description. Head on over there, check it out. We really appreciate it, and you definitely have to send a selfie of you wearing it. I love it. I love it. It's very horror, and I just think it's so cool. Before I go, have you seen the movie Hostage? I have not. I have not seen the movie Hostage. Sounds interesting, though. I feel like I've heard of it, though. I feel like I've seen the DVD, like I've held the DVD in my hand before, and I've almost bought it, but I've just never bought it. I feel like I've seen it around stores and stuff. You know, that demon reminded me of that creature from It. It reminded, remember that kid's name before it scared the kid? He was walking in front of It's burnt down house. Oh, are you talking about the leper? The leper he saw in front of the house? Maybe. Being also finally Umbreon suit. Also finally have an Umbreon suit. Hell yeah, Riff. Robin, hey, how are you doing? Oh man, some of you guys are probably going to be leaving. I recommend it. Okay. I'll definitely have to check it out. So, guys, I'm about to put up a screen. And this is to let people know that we are about to head into Scream spoiler talk. So, it's also going to be my break. So be ready because when we come back from this, we are going to be talking about Scream 2022 spoilers. So let me go ahead and pull this up really quick. Really quick. So this screen will be up, right? So Scream spoilers are about to begin, and as long as this image right here is on my screen, that means I'm talking about Scream spoilers. So keep that in mind. I'm not going to leave. Okay, so if you guys are okay with me spoiling it, just be warned, okay? Nice looking shirts. Thank you, Shin. I appreciate that, man. I'm not going to leave. I'm not leaving you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Whoever wants to stay can stay. I'm going to take a break. But when we come back, this will be up on the screen and we will be talking about Scream 2022 spoilers. So be ready for that. All right, guys. I will be right back. Okay, guys, you all here still? Are you guys still here? I'm gonna bring this down right here. So, no, actually, you know what? I'm gonna bring it over here. I feel like it's better and more sufficient right here. Okay, so we're gonna be talking Scream spoilers, Scream 2022 spoilers. So if you guys have seen the movie, stick around. If you haven't seen the movie and you don't care about spoilers, you can stick around too. Stop making fun of me, British. Goddamn it! Still here, still here. Okay, guys. Okay, yes, it is snowing right now. The roads are already covered again. It was snowing last night. It covered the roads. It's snowing again right now. Um, so okay, yes, we're gonna be going into heavy spoiler talk. And again, if you don't care, stick around. Scream is now in talks. We're talking Scream now. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, leave now. Put that mask right there. Okay, guys. Okay. Okay. Everybody good? Everybody's okay with it? Right now is what we're talking about Scream spoilers. So, who has seen Scream 2022? Let me know. Scream 5, whatever you want to call it. Who has seen the movie? Let me know. Okay, then, movie talks. Let's have it. All right. We're talking spoilers right now. I know you guys are cold in Wyoming, Jordan. We're not in Wyoming. I'm not. Oh, I don't live in Washington anymore. Okay. Yes, I know you have. I know you have, Mel. I know you have. I know you saw it. First thing I'm going to say, Cheyenne, are you okay? You're still okay. You're okay with spoilers though. Again, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy who spoils something and then seen it. Jordan is in Ohio. Seen it. Okay. Okay. Here we go. I'm very excited actually because I've been wanting to talk about not me getting all the get into all the gory details, but I want to now. Okay, okay. So if you do plan on seeing the movie, I'm gonna say it again because I'm not gonna be that guy who ruins the movie for you. I'm not gonna be that guy. So if again, warning, if you have plans to watch it in the theaters, like maybe in a few days, please exit off. I don't want to do this to you. Okay, now we're talking. Now we are officially talking spoilers. Okay, just got done with the gym. Hell yeah. Okay, guys, here we go. Okay, first thing we're gonna talk about is I don't mind spoilers. Okay. I've given my fair share of spoiler warnings, so here we go. When this movie opens up, and I'm not going to go into any specific detail or like, I'm going to go into detail. I'm not going to go in any specific order. So the first things I want to talk about are obviously things that are just going to be in everybody's faces. This is what they're going to talk about. So I think the first thing that we can talk about, can't wait to see what you thought about it. I'm very excited to talk about it. The first thing we're going to talk about is not the twist, which is probably where you thought I was going to go. We're going to talk about the fact that one of our favorite, my favorite character is axed off in this movie. Uh, Again, spoiler. We lose Dewey in this movie. We lose Dewey in Scream 5. Dewey is murdered. And the way it's done pissed me off so bad. And the reason why it pissed me off so bad, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you what happens, is they are heading to the hospital to protect the main girl's sister or stepsister in the hospital who was badly injured in the beginning of the movie. They're in the hospital. They're heading there right now because Ghostface is at the hospital. He is going to kill this girl if they do not get there. Dewey is tagging along with our main girl to go save her sister. So they make it to the hospital. They have a fist fight. Dewey shoots Ghostface in the chest, knocks him down, and all that. Dewey and them head back to the elevator, and before Dewey gets in, says, "You have to shoot him in the head." And she goes and says, "Does it really matter? Like, does it really matter?" And he goes and says, "It does to me." And he goes back over to the body, and exactly what you were thinking, the ghost face gets back up, stabs Dewey, stabs him in the back, and then rips up, and his intestines fall out. It is one of the most well, one of the more gruesome deaths of the movie, but it's also one of the most impactful deaths of the movie. And the reason why it pisses me off so bad is because it could have been avoided. I would have shot the motherfucker in the head when he was on the ground to begin with. I would have shot him right there. Why he went back alone, I don't know. That's how you die. You go back alone. And he gets it. And I just, to me, it was something that could have been completely avoided. It could have been avoided. That was my issue with it. Like, easily avoided. And I think the writers were aware of that. I think it was self-aware of the whole scene, but at the same time, it was like I 100% expected but Dewey's death, but I agree, would have shot Ghostface 10 times. Yeah, like just shoot him in the head right there. If you knew you had to do it, just shoot him in the head right there. You didn't have to like let them get to the elevator and then make your way back over there by yourself. Shoot him right there and it would have been done. To me, it was a very Han Solo death. You know what I mean? Like, you know it's coming. You know it's coming. The second he decides to walk out there to confront his son, you knew he was going to die right there. And when he decided he wanted to go back to shoot Ghostface in the head, I knew for a fact he was going to die right there. Oh God, yeah, Gale calling his phone killed me, dude. When I saw Gale calling, I was just like, and I almost wish there was more of that. Uh, Dewey was, and I'm just gonna be honest, I'm just gonna say it. Dewey was the best character in the movie, besides the main girl, who I actually thought did a really good job. Dewey was the best character in the movie. I loved him in this movie. David Arquette deserves more roles. I don't understand why he's not going out and getting more roles. This guy's awesome. And him coming back as Dewey was the best part of the movie, in my opinion. In my personal opinion, every time Dewey was on screen, it was awesome. So he was a scene stealer. Uh, but that was the big thing about the movie that really I was ready to talk about. I was ready to talk about the fact that Dewey dies. And I guess they actually shot an ending where he survived surgery, but that wouldn't have made no sense because when they got a close up of his face, he was clearly dead. He was no longer alive. Um, Spider-Man versus Ghostface. I would say Spider-Man probably has an upper advantage. More than once, lol. I was kind of surprised when the sheriff died. Yeah, when the sheriff died, that was a weird scene because the sheriff, that was another death, kind of cool death was, and I actually liked it. I know people are complaining about it because it was like in broad daylight and it was in the middle of a town. You'd think somebody would hear her like screaming or getting murdered. And the murders are fucking brutal and intense. Like when he's stabbing you, he's going at it. Like there is no like simple stab, looks at the knife, sticks in the chest. No, he is literally like pounding this thing into your gut. And it's brutal to watch. And that scene with I forget her name already, but she does become the sheriff. Dewey kind of resigns, and she becomes the sheriff. She was in Scream 4. I forget her name. Briggs. No, what was her name again, guys? Officer what? Judy Briggs, I want to say is her name. Before you saw the movie, who were you thinking was the killer? Who are you thinking the killer was? Who do you think the killer was? To be honest with you, I was thinking the little sister was going to be the killer. I was very 100% positive she was going to be the killer because in the beginning of the movie, she gets stabbed and everything, but she doesn't die. Like, she should have died. There was so many wounds that she, like, took from that opening scene that I was figuring she probably should be dead. But I thought she was going to be the killer. I thought it was a whole, like, Stu thing where she fakes her injuries just to look like she was attacked, and then she was going to be the mastermind behind it, but she wasn't. So that was an interesting little twist right there. I thought it was going to be her, but it wasn't. And at one point, one of the characters was actually like, oh, it's her, and it actually turned out the guy who said that was actually the killer. So I just called her Lemon Square's girl. Yeah, pretty much, right? Lemon Square's girl from Scream 4. Yeah, she was called the cops when she was on the way, and they showed up. Yeah. Yeah, and then when she ran up to the door because she thought Ghostface was going to murder her son, who was actually a good actor. He was in Goosebumps. He was in the shower, and Ghostface was in the house, and she decided to turn back around. I would have called for backup for one. I wouldn't have even I would have called for backup immediately, because at that point, in my own mind, I would have already had to accept my kid is probably dead, and it was my fault. I'd been calling backup. I'd been like, surround the house. We got this fucking guy cornered. He ain't going nowhere. But you ran. Oh, wisdom. Anybody who's just jumping on in, we are talking Scream, heavy Scream spoilers. So if you have not seen Scream 2022, go ahead, exit off. As soon as this picture down here is gone, the Scream spoiler talk thing, then we're done. But like until that point, we are still talking about spoilers. So yeah, she turns around, she heads straight for the house. She's on the phone with this guy, and she runs up to the door, and that's when Ghostface comes around the corner and on the front porch, and then sticks her in the stomach. And it's a good kill. It's a good kill. I really like the kill, and there's a lot of hatred towards it, or like you can definitely tell the person doesn't know how to kill someone properly because they're just going at it. That's how they think they have to kill them, is to just stab them repeatedly. So it's fun to see that and crazy to see that. But yeah, her death was very crazy. And one of the more, to me, that wasn't as surprising of a death as something like, the other character. I just watched the new Scream movie. Okay, good. It wasn't as surprising as Dewey's death. Dewey's death to me was something that could have been avoided at all costs, but he was a guy from 13 Reasons Why too. Oh, I don't think I've seen that one. I thought it was going to be a Heather Matazzaro. Ghostface would probably go after MJ or Aunt May, probably. Before you saw the movie, who do you think? But yeah, I thought it was going to be the little sister. That's who I was thinking it was going to be at first. I had my suspicions about the boyfriend, who it turns out he was the killer. I had my suspicions about him, but it didn't really. And then I knew they were trying to throw people off with the one goth girl, the one kid's girlfriend, not like joining them for some ever reason to go to the hospital. She was like, "Yeah, I'll catch up with you guys." They're trying to throw you off, make it think it was her. I knew it wasn't her though. I knew that was too easy. So I knew it wasn't her. I already marked her off the list. I was for a second thinking that it was going to be the twins. I thought the twins were actually going to be, the brother and sister were actually going to be killers at one point. Like they were trying to honor their uncle, Randy, which was a cool twist. I like that, by the way. I like that they were movie buffs. They were potheads and they were partiers, but their uncle was one of the guys who was in the original few films, and he came up with the whole movie buff thing, and he was really the starting point of the movie buff aspect of the Scream films. So he was cool. And one of the other things I really got to say, and I'm gonna go ahead and look up, the female killer shot that one girl in the head, and I was shook. That was a good moment. I really liked that moment. Was she kind of annoying? Yeah. She was like, "It's time to pass the torch, bitch." And it's kind of like that feels like something a fan film writer would write, in all honesty. "It's time to pass the torch, bitch," to the original actors and everything. And it's like, the movie might have been a little bit too meta, but that doesn't mean I still did not love it. I loved this movie. The more I think about it, the more I love it. And people are saying it's like the worst Scream, and it's like I don't know how they can think that, but they do, and that's fine if you do. That's 100% okay. But the hate for this movie is almost getting too severe. Like it's almost the fans, not the critics. The critics are loving it. The fans are the ones who are actually beginning to hate it more and more, is what I've noticed. But and it's kind of weird when you see a movie that's hated by critics but loved by fans. It's like it's almost vice versa. Are the stab movies still there in the Scream movies? Yeah, they're still talked about. Stab movies, yep. The stab movies are absolutely still part of the Scream movies, yeah. I like that the twins survived too. That's a good point, Black Loki. Yes. Yes, I loved that. I was like, oh, thank God, because their characters were awesome. Heather Matazzaro plays Randy's little sister, so I thought she was going to get revenge. That would have been a good twist. I think they threw that in there to kind of confuse people too. I knew it was Amber at the beginning when Ghostface called Tara on Amber's phone, and nothing happened to her. It's a good point. It's a good point. Yep. I knew it was Amber at the beginning when Ghostface called Tara on Amber's phone and nothing happened. You make a good point. You make a good point. And I love it that Dewey immediately, one of my favorite scenes of the movie is like literally when Dewey's sitting there and he's like, "So who's this?" And she's like, "This is my boyfriend." And he's like, "Suspect." Suspect already. And he literally just gave you the answer right there and then. Like literally like maybe like 30 minutes into the movie, he's literally like, "There he is right there. He's right next to you. He's sitting right there. He's the fucking killer." And I was just like, I didn't, at the time, I was kind of like, in my own head, I was thinking, he's probably right. And they're probably giving it away right here to make you like blown away when it is him at the end. And that's exactly what they did. But at the same time, I was like, oh, it's probably not him now. So, but it was like, I love that moment. And even at the end, the guy is like, and the boyfriend, by the way, one of the best parts of the movie. He is a film buff. He is absolutely a crazy lunatic fan. And he's insane. He's watching the stab movies throughout the movie. He's giving you small hints that he's the killer, but he's not really saying he's the killer or not giving too much proof that he's the killer. It was sent through as so we'd think that it was him, because why would they tell us it was him? Exactly. That's what I went through my head too. It's like, oh, it's probably him then. But at the same time, I'm like, I won't be surprised if it's not him, but at the same time, it's like, he's a big possibility. And the only reason why he was dating the daughter of, which was another cool twist, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and look up the name I'm gonna go ahead and look up the name, so please bear with me. I feel like it's easier because again, I'm not great with names sometimes, so sometimes they'll slip by me. But Tara Carpenter, the sister, or yeah, the older sister who's trying to save her sister, who is the star of the movie. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she's the star of the movie. Um, does a great job throughout this movie. And I gotta say, the return of Skeet Ulrich, who is in this movie, by the way, de-aged as Billy Loomis, was a phenomenal aspect to add to this movie. I was, as a Scream fan of the 1996 one specifically, to see him in the reflections talking to her. And I honestly didn't even realize that was Skeet until the end of the movie. I literally thought they just got another actor, did some makeup and stuff. But no, they actually got Skeet to play Billy again. And I just thought, oh my god, dude, this is awesome. When they announced his name at the end of the end credits, I was like, oh my god, that was him. They de-aged him. And it was actually really decent effects. Sometimes not too much, but sometimes it was really good. To see him talking to her and stuff, and to see him actually at the end of the movie was like on her side and stuff, seeing her, wanting her to survive and stuff. I thought that was a cool little thing, like almost a little bit of a redemption for him, even knowing it's still not a redemption for him. He was still obviously a psychotic murderer, but I liked that they tried to do something with him a little bit. Now, would I have loved to seen Matthew Lillard come back as Stu? Yes, I would have preferred that way over Billy, to be honest. But I will take it. I like the fact that Billy was in this in some way. But would I have loved to seen Stu come back to be the killer? Yeah, I would have loved if Stu was the mastermind behind it. Like he was saying, yeah, like, oh, you did good, guys. You did really good, you guys. Like maybe he was running a film group or something, like in the black market, or who knows, but something. And he got a bunch of kids together, and they were talking about it, and they were like, why don't we recreate what we did? It would have been cool, man. I would have loved it. Uh, but hey, it is what it is. He didn't come back, so it's cool. It's cool. But I would have loved. I was so sad that Matthew wasn't in it. I was sad too. I was sitting here thinking the whole time, oh, Matthew Lilliard's gonna pop out of the closet at the end and say one of his quotes or something. But nope, he didn't come back, and it just kind of was like, ugh, why? But I did love that they brought Billy back. I thought that was cool. I liked seeing him in the scenes that he was in. I even like the scene at the end of the movie where Tara survives and she looks at the car door and sees him looking at her and smiles. I liked that moment. I genuinely liked that moment. I thought, you know, I'm okay with it. I might be in the minority, but I didn't want Stu to return. I thought of both of them though, out of both Billy and Stu had the best chance of coming back. He could have escaped from that first movie. Who knows what he could have done? But at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's okay that he didn't come back. I'm okay with that he didn't come back. Was I sad? Yes, I was. I think that would have been a perfect. Because to me, Stu is the best Ghostface of all the Scream films. He's the best one. He's the most memorable. He's the most crazy, psychotic. I like him in the first film. I loved him in the first film. And the fact that he didn't get as much screen time as a psycho bums me out because he really made the most of those scenes. He was at least playing a psychotic douchebag. And I really wish we got more of that. But not saying they can't bring him back. Not There's still time. You can bring him back in the next one. As you can tell, I'm certainly somebody who would love to see him come back. I feel like Stu should be the definitive Ghostface. Yeah, because he has no reasons to do what he does. He's doing it for the fun of it. That's so psychotic and such a standout compared to everybody else who has a reason to kill. He's just doing it to be psychotic. And he's a great psycho, you know? He was easily out of the both of them, he was the most standout one. He was awesome in the first one. I agree. I agree. He was amazing in that first Scream film. And to not see him come back was kind of a bummer. Was I okay with it? Yeah, I was absolutely okay with it. But at the same time, it was like, you really would have made a difference if you brought him back. I mean, if he came back, I mean, dude, towards the end of the movie when they brought it to Stu's house, I was almost for 100% guaranteeing because even knowing, yeah, Stu wasn't in the movie, and he was absolutely my first guess on who the killer was. He was my first guess. I was already sitting here thinking, they're throwing all this shit at you to throw you off. But if Stu comes out at the last minute and says, "Oh yeah, by the way, guys, it was me," I wouldn't be surprised one bit. I'd been like, that's the fucking guy I thought it was. And maybe that's why they decided not to go with him, because they already felt like everybody was already suspecting Stu. Like, at the same, like, I was almost beginning to think that maybe because they were reading all of this fan talk and everything, and how people were theorizing it was Stu, they thought maybe not a good idea to go down that route. Because the fun of the Scream movies is, the fact that it's a who done it. You know? It's not whether, we want to we want to give what the fans want. I don't think it's about that because that's exactly what the fans wanted. That's what I wanted. I wanted Stu to come back, but they knew if they did that, it would have been too predictable. It would have been done already. People would have already been knowing. People would have already known who it was. So you mean Stu is the best Ghostface until we enter the franchise, Mr. JCARTS Arts. He was so hilarious when he handed him the phone and he asked, "Did you really call the cops?" And he said, "You bet your sweet ass I did." Oh, my mom and dad are gonna be so mad. Yeah, it's a great moment. Uh, to me, he's the most memorable Ghostface. Like these two at the end of the new Scream, Amber wasn't all that memorable. Her fucking death was memorable though, but she wasn't all that memorable. The boyfriend was actually one of the best parts of the movie. He made me laugh so much. He's memorable. So imagine if it was this guy and he was Stu's younger brother, and Stu came out and was like, "Yeah, this is my bro, man. He was actually at college. He was like in school when this took place." But like that would have been cool. I'd have been okay with it. But oh, my side is hurting at laughing. It's like the game Clue. Yeah, it's like the game Clue. It's a who done it. You have fun with it. You try to guess who the killer is, and that's basically what a Scream movie is. But again, to be honest with you, it would have been the first time. It would have been the first time me watching a Scream movie where I would have been okay with knowing who the killer was and it being Stu. I would have been like, "Oh, yay, Stu's back." And if he had survived again and became the killer in the next one, I'd have been okay with it. To me, that's just me though. I get why people don't want Stu back because it would have been too predictable. But at the same time, it's like, why not? Why not? But anyways, go ahead and talk about what you guys want to talk about really quick. Obviously, the killers were not Stu. It was Amber and the boyfriend, the dickhead. I gotta look at his name again because I'm already forgetting his name. Richie. Richie is the other killer. Richie was the other killer. He was great. Loved the cast. New cast was good. They balanced out well with the original cast. They really did. They weren't overshadowing anybody. They were all equally as good in their own parts. I looked at Dewey's death and found a clip. I'm gonna watch it after this. Yeah, you can definitely find it on YouTube now. I've already watched it several times, but that was great. It was a good death. It was just it could have been avoided, and that's my issue. Got to shoot him in the head. It's like, why didn't you do that when everybody was standing there? They could have backed you up. And again, another criticism with this movie is all the times when Ghostface is on top of you and he's fighting you and you're trying to get the knife away from your stomach, and how many people just stand there and look at you. One of the most obnoxious things was in that hospital when Dewey was like fighting Ghostface one on one, and like four people were standing off to the side of him while he's literally about to get a knife to the gut, and no one was helping him. They were just looking at him like, why would you do that, dude? If I knew my buddy or someone who was trying to help me was about to get stabbed, I would have walked up behind fucking Ghostface and put him in a full Nelson. I really would have. I wouldn't have stood there looking at him like, hey, you need help? It's like, obviously, yes, he does. You know how many times that man has been stabbed? I'm glad Dewey wasn't the killer. I'm so glad Dewey was not the killer. There was a lot of people speculating that Dewey was going to be the killer. And I'm just like, please no. Please don't do that. Because it wouldn't, honestly, it would make no sense whatsoever why he was the killer. But yeah, all the moments that you could have been helping out, you just weren't helping out. There's a lot of those moments too. That probably would annoy some fans, but still, the good absolutely outweighs the bad when it comes to this movie. It absolutely does. It was like that death in Halloween too. The cop that went stupidity close to Michael and ended up getting his throat slit by Michael. Yeah, don't get close to the killer if you don't know he's dead. Don't get that close to the killer. Never. Don't ever do it. And yeah. Amber's death, though, towards the end of the movie, that's something to talk about, man. That was a great death. She's obviously, like, fighting off both. And I was almost beginning to piss me off that this kid was actually, like, putting up a fight against both Courtney Cox and Neve Campbell. Like, she was fighting them both, actually literally kicking the shit out of them. And she was literally beating the shit out of these two full-grown women who should have easily been able to beat the shit out of this one girl. And she's literally kicking the shit out of them. And then finally they shoot her and stuff. And she keeps, like, every time they get the gun and pointed at her, she's like, Wait, I'm just a kid. I don't know any better. But he was framing me and stuff. She was like begging for her life and shit, and then she would turn around and like try to kill him and stuff. And she did it twice until they were finally like, fuck you, and then they shot her and stuff, and she flew backwards on the stove, touched the stove, she caught on fire, and she started running through the house and everything. They kept shooting her. It was a great death for a Ghostface killer. Do you have a villain Ghostface cackle, Mr. J Carts? Like a laugh, like a like. No, I'm not that great at it. I mean, if I had a voice changing to help me out, I probably would, but I don't have no voice changing, so I can't do it professionally. But what's your favorite scary movie? Oh, I like that one. That's a great one. That's one of my personal favorites. Maybe I could do it. You want some sort of voice changer though to help you out. I think I need to see it again to make my decision on if I liked it. I smoked too much pain medicine before the movie and was a little spacey. Definitely rewatch it. Definitely rewatch it. You might enjoy it more the second time. I've already been wanting to go back and watch it again because I feel like I missed a lot of stuff. But overall, it's a great time. It's a great time. A lot of great kills. I'm not even diving into like half of the kills right now. I'm like there wasn't like a shit ton of kills, but like really good amount, and it was really cool. There's actually a moment in the movie where Richie is watching YouTube and he's watching Dead Meat. He's watching James A. Janice, who we do reactions for on this channel. He's actually watching one of his videos on YouTube, and it was like, oh, dude, that's awesome. James must really love the fact that they have a moment for him in this movie. And he deserves it, by the way. He's one of the most popular horror YouTubers of all time. He absolutely deserves that. If there's any filmmaker who wants to use any of my content in their horror film, dude, go for it. I just fucking go for it. Who cares? Dude, I would love to play Ghostface in a Scream film. I would love to. Want to make me and James A. Janice the next Ghostfaces? You know, wouldn't that be crazy? A couple of YouTubers be Ghostface, and well, you see, we're running out of content, so we need more content to talk about. So this is how sad movies get inspired. I think James said he got to see the movie early. Yeah, I think he did too. No, I know he did. I know he did because he interviewed everybody right after. The tribute to Wes at the end was sad. Oh yeah, for Wes, absolutely. Hashtag for Wes. Yeah, hit that like button by the way for Wes. You hit that like button for Wes right now. You hit the like button for Wes. Dude, yeah, this was the first Scream movie without Wes Craven attached to it. The only thing they had attached to it was obviously writing out the characters and stuff based on the characters created by Wes Craven. But like other than that, dude, this is the first movie without Wes Craven, and I gotta say, for them not having Wes Craven, they did a good job of making it feel like a Wes Craven film. I don't know about you, Mel, but did you feel like a whoever watched it, and maybe any of you guys can explain it, but there was a very 90s feel to this movie. Like you almost felt like you were back in the 90s watching a Scream movie. A very 90s feel about it. And I don't know, but it hit with me and I really loved it. I really loved feeling like I was back in the 90s watching a Scream film, or like just growing up with the first Scream film, and just watching this made me like, "Oh, wow, this actually feels like a legitimately like 90s type of movie." And I loved it for that reason. I thought it was great. It was great stuff. The movie is so self-aware. It's a crazy self-aware movie. But yeah, for a tribute to have a tribute for Wes Craven at the end is exactly what this movie needed, and I think it was absolutely just honorable. And to do it in such a good way too. Like I wasn't like a big like diehard fan of Scream 4. I like Scream 4. I like Scream 3. Okay, it was fine. Scream 2 was really good. Scream 1 was a brilliant movie, but the franchise really hasn't hit it for me. But this might be my favorite Scream movie since the first one. So, and I know, yes, I think it's because he had a lot of elements from the first one. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, this absolutely felt like a Wes Craven film. This like one of the things like this felt like a Wes Craven film. I would not be surprised if Wes Craven was still alive and I did not know who directed this. I would have been like, yeah, Wes Craven directed it. Of course he did. It felt like a Wes Craven movie. Um, Overall, highly recommend. And to me, this is going to be a special place in my heart. This is always going to hold a special place in my heart because this is the first Scream movie I've ever seen in theaters, and it's a good one. It's a good one to watch in theaters. It's a real like if you have not went to the theaters, you don't feel like you want to waste your money. Trust me, it's worth it. It's worth the time, and it goes by like that. The movie is over like that. Like literally, it started, and with the person I went with, we were watching the movie, and she was like, "Oh, it's already over," and I'm like, "Oh wow, it's already over." It's like one, yeah, I would agree. Hello, how's your night going? How's your night going? Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us, Christy. It's going pretty good. We're talking some Scream spoilers, so hopefully, if you haven't seen the movie, I didn't spoil anything for you. Warning, as long as this picture is on the screen, the little Scream spoiler talk about the begin picture, that means we're talking about the Scream spoilers, so hopefully, I did not spoil anything for you guys, but we're almost done talking about spoilers anyway. It was a really, utterly good time in the theaters. I haven't laughed as much in the theater. I haven't laughed so much in a movie for a while. Like I was gut busting laughing. Some of the things that these people say. Good shit. Good shit. Me and the girl we went with were the only people in the theater, so it was something. It was something. But my night's going okay. Just been a long day. A long day. It's been snowing all day. It's snowing right now. We're getting snow right now. We're like under a level 2 snow emergency here in Leesburg. It's crazy. But anyways, the twists were good. I didn't really suspect those two being the killers. I mean, I suspected the boyfriend at some point. Not really Amber. I know people were like saying it was Amber and stuff, and I'm like, there was some faces she made that were questionable, but I never really suspected it was her. I thought those were done on purpose to kind of throw you off, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fall for it, and it was her. So yeah, the twists were really good. And by the way, the boyfriend's death at the end, fucking awesome. I mean, some of the practical effects in this movie are fucking top notch practical effects. Virtual hug for the long day. Thank you so much, Christy. I appreciate that. You're sweet. You're sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. I know I repeat myself sometimes, so my apologies. I think a lot of fans don't like it as much as because they think it's too much like the first one, but as a fan, that's what I liked about it. It's nostalgic. It is nostalgic. I think that's what I loved about it too. I was going in there with a fresh conscience. I was like, all right, we're gonna see a Scream movie. That's what we're gonna see. And the fact that it had so much to do with that first film. Even goes far as back as going back to the original house that I mean Stu's house was just awesome. It was awesome. I utterly enjoyed it. I mean, just to see the house again and just look at it was so cool. Uh, yeah, to me, it's one of the most iconic houses in horror movie history. Is that original Scream house? I mean, what can I say? What can I say besides the fact that I genuinely believe this is the best Scream movie to come out since the first one. And I like the second one a lot, but this one to me was just better. I'm sorry. I know that might piss a lot of people off. The effects when they killed Wes, the knife through the neck was so good. It really was good. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right, dude. Yeah, right through here. Oh my god. Oh my god. The gore in that scene. This movie was great, but it was sad when Dewey died. I cried. I didn't cry, but I definitely was saying no. I was like, no, 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 no. The one character I would have loved to have been the hero of the movie dies right now. I've been curious about this, Jordan. If you could work in the film industry, what part of it would you like to work in? Director? I would love to be a director. Me and my friend have had so many ideas, and I've directed videos before. I mean, they're not like crazy videos. You wouldn't be like, oh wow, the direction in this is so magnificent. But I've directed films, like videos before, and I've acted before. So I mean, I've done that stuff. But yeah, I would love to be a director. I don't have the patience to write, but I have the patience to direct because I love coming up with ideas on the spot. I'd be like, oh, you know what would be better if we did it like this. Actually, the first thing I'm ever going to be working on is this documentary I'm making. Uh, the documentary "Why We Believe." based on my real experiences for the paranormal. And I'm actually debating whether it's going to be like a full documentary or a top 10 most craziest experiences. And each of them is told in like a kind of like a, well, it'll be discussed like a story for sure. Seems like they always kill the best character first. Yeah, yeah. They tried to make it a big OMG reveal at Stu's house when Sydney told her that she was in Stu's house. I don't know about y'all, but I knew as soon as they got there, anyone else. I knew it was going to be in the movie at some point because of the trailer. The trailer spoiled the Stu house for me, but if I was watching the movie, I would have started I would have started picking it up because I obviously know what the house looks like, and I've been like, oh my god, the stairs, the way the porch looks. I mean, yeah. Love the Freddy picture in the back. Creepy but cool. My sister drew that, by the way. And today's her birthday. So if you guys want to say happy birthday to Brianna, it is her birthday today. She just turned 21. She painted that for me in the background. Really love that thing. You guys can actually get paintings like that if you want from her art store. So if you guys are curious to get pictures like that, just hit her up, and I'm sure she'll paint one for you. Obviously, she would want to make money, but you know, she's always been looking for customers to help her out and stuff. So, but she painted that, and she did a really good job. To be honest, I can't wait to see Dead Meat do his kill count on when it comes back. I can't either, man. I can't either. Can't wait. Thank you. She's going to appreciate that too, guys. She's going to really appreciate that. By the way, if you guys want to hit up our merch store, I know several of you guys have messaged me saying that you're going to fucking order a lot of stuff. Our Valentine's Day design is up on the merch store. And if you guys want to, like, what I want to do, and I brought down the price on it because I didn't realize how much it was. I was selling for like $40. No, fuck that. I brought it down to $30 right now. So the hoodie, the Valentine's Day hoodie and shirt or whatever you want is like $30. So if you guys want to get a Valentine's Day design, it's up there now. And the link is in the description below on our Teespring store. You can actually find our merch store on our store thing. By the way, spoiler talk for Scream 2022 is officially over right now. So we're done talking spoilers. I hope you guys enjoyed the spoiler talk, by the way. I really did. I really did. I love talking movies with you guys. So, if you guys didn't know, my friend made a design for our merch store, and I love it. It's me as a demon. But you can get it. Look, pink. It's pink. And it's me as a demon eating a chocolate human covered heart. I'm going to get me some. Yeah. You have 1 month to get this design. And I want to see how many people would love this design as a Valentine's Day shirt. It says JCARTS Arts. It's me eating a human chocolate covered human heart. And my friend designed it. And I love it. I love it to death. It's so cool looking. Yes, the link is in the description if you guys want to get one. Only 1 month. It's going to be out for only 1 more month, and then I have to take it down for my next holiday design, but Valentine's Day, it's limited time. If you guys want that design, I love it. I love it. I think she did a great job. And she would really appreciate it if you guys checked it out. I really love it, and I think she did a great job. So, yeah, it's the Valentine's design, and I just think it looks fucking good. So please, please, please check out our merch store if you guys want anything. And there's also Friday Fright Night merch up there too. So if you like Friday Fright Night or Friday live streams, you can get merch for Friday Fright Night. There are pillows you can get to snuggle with. There's a hat you can get, which is very much like Crazy Ralph's hat from the original Friday the 13th. Which is, if you don't know, Friday Fright Night is it's very much a Friday the 13th kind of title. I even go as far as saying Friday Fright Night, Friday the 28th, which is today. But yeah, there's a lot of that merch. There's obviously emoji merches that we have. I mean, we have a lot of merch on our merch store. So if you guys are curious to go check out the merch store, please check it out. But the Valentine's Day design is limited, so please, please, please check it out. We really want to see how well we do with merch. So thank you guys for checking that out. If you do, link in the description, of course. Link is always in the description. Coffee cups. Yes, there are coffee cups too. If you love coffee like I do, I love coffee. Love it. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Christy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Robin. That was good. I've been dying to talk about the Scream with somebody. Me too, man. Oh, you have no idea. I've been really wanting to talk about that. Remind me, have you revived to Clue? I don't know what you're asking, Philip. I apologize, man. I apologize. I don't know what you're asking right there. She is so talented. Go to her art page on Facebook. If you guys add me as a friend on Facebook, by the way, if you guys want to add me as a friend on Facebook, I will actually add you guys to the Retro Movie Friends, and I will give you a link to her art page. She does a lot of art stuff. She loves to take requests and all of that stuff. So if you guys are curious, like on horror art, oh, absolutely. Check it out. So let me go ahead and give you guys my profile link. If you guys want to add me as a friend on Facebook, it's always allowed. Go ahead and copy that. So drinking some White Claws, but I love coffee. I love coffee too. I wouldn't mind Mike's Hard Lemonade right now. But there's link to my Facebook. Most of you guys are friends with me on Facebook right now. But yeah, it's been a great long live stream. I've really enjoyed this. I mean, talking about the new Leatherface and obviously the good new Ghostface, the Scream movie. I mean, I love it. I love this type of talk. I can talk about horror movies all the time. I normally do horror movie reactions. Right now, though, we are going through a capture device issue where my capture card is literally being a pain in the ass and it's glitching on me a lot, so I can't really do movie reactions until that's replaced. Coffee every day for me, too. This is probably my 4th cup today. I haven't eaten nothing today. That's an issue. I need to get off so I can eat. Can't recall if you reacted to Clue. I did react to Clue. I actually reacted I finally got around to reacting to the rest of the endings, but I did react to Clue, by the way. Yes, I did. I did react to Clue. I haven't watched it since my reaction, though. I wanted to ask, but the killer do you play most... I wanted to ask, but what killer do you play the most as in Dead by Daylight, or who would you play as the most on Survivor? The killer I play as the most on Dead by Daylight is probably... I've been playing a lot as Pyramid Head lately. I bought Pyramid Head and have been playing a lot of him. I want to get Ghostface. I haven't gotten Ghostface yet, but I just can't. I can't just spend money crazy like right now, especially since we're heading to tax season. I got to be ready for taxes. But I really wanted to get Ghostface, but I've also played as Leatherface a lot. I really like Leatherface. Mine with cream and sugar. I wanted to ask. Don't recall you reacted to Clue. Can't recall. Okay. Catching up with comments. Sorry about that. My room is getting warm, but Mel, you have Ghostface. Do you play it on Xbox or do you play it on a different console? Because I could probably I feel like I've tried to add you on Xbox before, but I think Dead by Daylight is like a cross console gaming game. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I want to get the original. They have like the original costume for Ghostface on there, and I want to get the original one. That's my favorite Ghostface. I also like the devil one with the horns, the red mask. I love that one. The killer I play the most as. By the way, thank you guys. Okay, making sure people are sending me friends requests. The killer play the most is Ghostface, and I play Fang as Survivor. I think I play. I can't remember who I play. I can't remember the names of the survivors. Don't laugh at me. I play on Switch. No, it's fine. I get that. That's cool. I have a Switch too. I don't have Dead by Daylight for the Switch. I almost bought Friday the 13th for the Switch one time. I'm obviously trying to get a virtual reality headset because I want to get a group of people together so we can all play Phasmophobia virtual reality on my YouTube channel. I added you on Xbox, Jordan. I don't know if you've seen it. I think I added you too. I think I accepted your friend's request on Xbox. I think I did that the other day. I think. I'll probably be getting on Xbox tonight, so I'll see if I can remember to do that. Just sent you a friend's request. Okay, good. Okay, yes, send me a friend's request if you guys want to. Add me on Facebook. I'll send you guys a link to the art page Brianna does. So if you guys are curious to see her horror artwork, she has several downstairs still, I think. So, she did a Frankenstein one, a Bride of Frankenstein. She's done a Freddy Krueger one, which is the one she gave me, and a Jason Voorhees one. I have Phasmo, but I haven't played it yet. I have Phasmophobia too. I haven't played it yet because I want to get the VR headset. And if anybody has a fucking VR headset that, you don't want anymore, send it. Send it to me. Send it. Don't even hesitate. Just send it to me. No. Those things are not cheap. You haven't added me back. It's okay, though. My name on Xbox is Ghost Wolf. Oh, I thought I did. I actually saw you not too long ago on there. I thought I did add you. Let me go ahead and do that. Sorry about that, man. I really apologize. I thought I did. I'm going to go to Facebook and accept all of your friend requests really quick. Okay, we got Grimheart, accept. Christy, accept. And Michael, accept. Okay, you guys have all been accepted on my Facebook. From YouTube, Christy Sherry. Yep, I got you. I already accepted you. My profile picture is the same on here. Okay, okay. I'll be sure to do that then, man. I'm sorry about that. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here, off the live stream. We've been on for an hour and 30 minutes. Just sent it. I just accepted it too. Great stuff. Thank you so much, Mel, for joining. Thank you, Robin, for joining. Thank you, Philip, for joining. Cheyenne, thank you so much. Christy, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining, Trent. I really appreciate it. Philip, I think I said your name. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I think I said your name. Mike, thank you so much for joining. I don't think my Koletsko Vision takes friends requests. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. It's been a really good live stream. I'm glad we got to talk about spoilers for Scream, the new Leatherface mask. This has been a great live stream. Such a good Fright night. I'll definitely see you next Friday for sure. So if you guys are aware, aren't aware, we normally go live around 5 o'clock, between 5 and 8. So try to catch us around that time. If you follow me on Facebook, I normally share the link on Facebook through our messenger thing or just my page in general. Go and eat, Jordan. Yes, I need to go eat. I have not eaten all day. So until next time, movie friends, keep it retro. I'll check you guys out in the next video. Take care.